But did you do your extensors? Serious question for you. Did you? Probably not. And why would you? They're boring. They're unexciting. They're not even that fun to work. They don't train things in the way that most people want to say. They don't show up in the mirror. And if you're not even sure what extensors are, they're the little muscle in your forearm. I have this question a lot about why pay someone? Like, why do we need a coach? Why do we need someone in our corner? You know, I've run a personal training studio for 11 years. There's always the question of, but I could do this myself. You could. You won't. You could, but you won't. And that's always my honest answer. When I first started, I was gentler about it. I was kinder. I was like, oh, well, it gives you a bit more detailed and all that kind of stuff. But there is always this concept, and it's twofold. My job is twofold. One, that people think they have a greater level of motivation and discipline and focus than they truly do. Most people do not have what it takes to motivate themselves. Most people can't even get into a workout, let alone work hard enough to actually push themselves and gain something of true value from it all. So this ability to, on the days that you don't feel like it, the ability to get up and do the work, the ability to push through that grind, to find another level, for most people just isn't there. And as we've discussed many times, there are many days where I don't feel like this, where I don't want to get up in the morning. I don't want to get up at 5 a.m. Yes, I know it's cold outside. Thank you, car. I don't want to get up in the freezing cold and deal with that discomfort. I don't want to. But I have ingrained it in myself. I've ingrained these habits, and it's part of who I am. It's part of what 126 is. It's making this discipline, this focus, this commitment to the work just part of who you are. So it's part of who I am. I am a fit and healthy person. Therefore, I get up every day and I go work out. I'm a fit and healthy person. Therefore, every day I go for a weighted walk. No matter the conditions, no matter how windy, how cold it is. As you just heard, my car is telling me that it's fucking cold outside. And it is. It's fucking freezing today. But this work gets done regardless. So, but why do you pay someone? Because most people do not have it in themselves to self-motivate. They need to be held accountable. They need to be held to a higher standard. And they need to be told that they have to show up at this time, at this place, and if not, someone is going to be on their ass to get them to do it. That is a large percentage of my job, is to make sure you do the work that you said you would do. To make sure you show up and do what has to be done. The other part of it is, and I fall into this one, and this is where I started with this, to do the work that you don't want to do. And what do I mean by that? So, I have been training people for nearly 18 years. Legally and officially for about 15 odd years. And I know what I'm doing. I am excellent at what I do. It's not bragging, that is just a fact, as evident by the results I have delivered for clients for over a decade. I am very, very well versed in what I do. I know how to write programs, I know how to deliver results, I know how to structure things to consistently cause people to get incredible results. It is what I am best at. That being said, more often than not, I have a coach write my programs for me. Why? People ask. You know what to do. I do. I do know what to do. I also know what I like. I know what I favor. And look, I'm not as bad as some of those bros in the gym who are like, every day is fucking chest day, chest or arms day. I knew a guy years ago, and when we'd work out at the local 24/7 gym, every single time I saw him, every single time, he was doing arms. No matter what it was, he was doing arms. He'd do some squats, and then he'd do some curls, and then, you know, he'd do some deadlifts, and then do some fucking curls. Every day was arm day for that man. And we fall into this trap of, we'll just pick the exercises that we like. And look, I can, even within that, I will try and sit down and I pre-write my programs, so it's pre-written. So it's not, let's make it up on the day and see what we like today. No, it has been set in stone prior to that point. And that is part of 126, is that if you have said it, if it has been written, it is getting done. That is how that works. But I still have biases. I still have things that I prefer. I still have modalities that I prefer. As a general rule, I am less inclined towards conditioning. If I had my choice, I would lift heavy shit, you know, pick up, put down really heavy circles repetitively. That is what I like to do. I like lifting heavy. I like more of the hypertrophy styles and all that kind of stuff. Does that mean that's what's best for me? No. Fuck no, it doesn't. And, you know, I am nursing a couple of injuries at the moment. One is from basketball, and one is old recurring injury that has been flared up from carrying my children around. And that's fine. But because I don't like the rehab, and that's just being brutally honest, I would neglect it if I didn't have someone else to call me out on it. And today, that happened. They're like, what are you doing? You haven't worked your extensors. I was like, you're right. So then I had to get in. I had to get stuck in and do the extensors. And I don't enjoy it. They are boring. They are tiny little muscles. They don't really show anything, but it is helping my elbow and my shoulder feel better because I need to work on these areas. And this is what I talk about when you have a coach, because you will have blind spots. You will have areas that you neglect. You will have areas that you will just avoid because they're not fun. You don't enjoy them. They're not aligned with your top tier goal. And you will avoid them. And it's why you need someone in your corner. It's why you need to be held accountable. It's why you need a coach to hold you to the standards. And that's why at the beginning of 126 to Greatness, we set the standards. We set the standards that are expected of you, of what you are going to do for the next 126 days. Because we're going to hold you to it. All of this is pre-written. It is written in stone. This is now what is happening. You are going to show up every single day, no matter what, and you are going to complete these things. And that workout's going to be written. The level and standard for the weighted walks is going to be written, all that kind of stuff. Programs can be adjusted up. They cannot be reduced down. And that's the thing, because it's about keeping your word. And look, I know I'm going to get people in the comments and they're like, what about fatigue? What about injuries? All that kind of stuff. Injuries are separate things. Fatigue, you just fucking suck it up and deal with it. As I've said to you before, fitness and all that kind of stuff is the mechanism to teach you mental toughness, discipline, mental fortitude. That is what we are focusing on. And overtraining is bullshit. You know, believe me, go back and listen to my other one on how overtraining is absolute bullshit. You aren't working hard enough to reach overtraining, so we're not even going to worry about that at the moment. Generally speaking, if you're overtraining and that's actually what's going on, you're not overtraining, you're under-recovering. So we're going to focus on recovery more than the overtraining. Because I don't think the hour and a half that you're putting into exercise each day is actually going to push you into overtraining. But this is what it's about. This is why you need a coach, because we can create these fucking stories. Oh, maybe I'm training too hard. Oh, maybe I'm pushing myself too hard. I doubt it. I fucking doubt it. Most top tier athletes don't get to a point where they're pushing themselves too hard and they overtrain. I doubt the hour and a half that we're putting in each day is going to be enough to kick you over into overtraining. So we've going to remove that as an excuse. We're going to remove that as a reason for why you cannot do it. Because you're going to look for it. Resistance is going to whisper in your fucking ear, and it knows your triggers. It knows the buttons to push that are going to get you to say, maybe I should stop. Maybe I should rest. And you need to tell resistance to fuck off. You need to slam the door in its motherfucking face. The dragon of resistance needs to be slain, and it needs to be slain every day. Because if you don't, each time you let it win, it gets bigger, it gets stronger, and it comes back with more ferocity. And we cannot allow that to happen. This is why 126 to Greatness is built the way it is. It's built with things that feel insignificant. It's built with things that are daunting and hard to tackle. And they are done every single day for 126 days. Because it's teaching you the lessons of how to be the best version of yourself. It is teaching you the lessons on how to keep your word, to be a man of your word, a man of action, a man who gets shit done, a man who is leading by example for his children, for his wife, for his family, for his friends, for all those that he serves. It isn't an easy task. This isn't for the faint of heart. This is meant to completely challenge you and challenge your way of thinking and utterly change you and reveal the man that you are meant to be. It is designed that way. You know, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Many are called, few will answer, and only the greats will complete this. Are you in that category? And I believe you are. I know that you're a great father. I know that you're a great husband. I know that you're a great man. We just need to do the things that are going to show that are going to reveal that character to the world. It's time to step the fuck up and do that work. And as I said at the beginning, there are going to be days where you do not feel like it. There are going to be days where you don't want a bar of it. And twofold. One, you got to find the mental fortitude to push through, to do that. And on the days that you are struggling, you need someone in your corner, someone like me, to hold you accountable to that standard that you set for yourself, that standard that you said, this is who I am, this is what I'm doing, and I'm going to get it done. Because the bar is on the motherfucking floor. The standard for a man in this world these days is fucking pathetic. So we're going to raise the standards. We're going to raise it off the floor. We're going to set it sky motherfucking high. And you are going to lead by example. And every day that you get up and you tackle 126, you tackle the work with full force, with faith, with love and passion, you are going to separate yourselves from the average. You are going to step forward into the man that you know you can be and should be for your kids, for your wife, for your friends and family, for those that you serve. It is your honor, duty, and obligation as a man to do this. To rise up, to find your purpose, and do what has to be done. And it starts with taking care of you. It starts with keeping your word and doing shit that's difficult every single day. So are you ready? Are you ready to join this movement? To join the 126 to Greatness movement? To start chasing your greatness? If you are, you know where to find me. Let's burn the motherfucking boats. Let's go all in and do what has to be done. So that's all I have for you. Now, standard platitudes. If this touched you, if it resonated with you, if it connected with you in some way, then please like, comment, subscribe. Help me grow this movement. Help me reach more men and change lives. And if this, will speak to someone, please send it to them. Help me reach more people. Share this. Spread this word. Show this to people who it'll make an impact on. And if you're ready to take the next step, click the link in my bio, join the Daily Greatness mailing list. And lastly, as I said, if you're ready to do whatever it takes and you're ready to burn the motherfucking boats and go all in, please message me directly. Let's throw you in the deep end. Let's throw you in the fire and burn away all the stuff that doesn't serve you. and see who you can truly, truly be. Until then.